The guns fell silent, but the silence whispered of wars to come. Millions were gone, and peace was just another broken promise made.
The victors wrote their justice in ink that bled into German wounds.
Money turned to dust, pride to shame, and hope into bitter anger. Empires stretched hungry hands, taking land while the world looked away. They vowed never again, then turned away as darkness gathered again. In silence, millions vanished, sacrifice demanded by the iron dream.
The world watched the flames grow, too polite to call it fire.
Ideas turned to ashes, and silence became the safest belief.
Hate was taught early, written neatly between arithmetic and obedience.
Step by step, treaties crumbled, and fear disguised itself as peace.
Promises dissolved like mist. Steel replaced diplomacy overnight.
Lightning war began, fast, ruthless, and louder than any warning. The sky fell first. The streets soon followed under burning glass. They fought without hope, only honor left to defend their soil. When allies of convenience arrive, rescue looks a lot like conquest. Battle thunder rolled eastward, and history's warnings turned to screams. Every street became a graveyard, every sunrise another air raid siren. Mercy worked by flickering light, surrounded by chaos and prayer.
Do you read me? Anyone?
We need support! Repeat, we need support!
Trapped between two monsters, Poland vanished into smoke and maps. War began not with armies, but with families running from tomorrow.
They waited for the storm, not knowing it had already begun elsewhere. Speed replaced strength. The forest became a highway of destruction.
Old strategies met new war and collapsed in disbelief and smoke.
The city of light dimmed, its beauty holding its breath for bombs.
Defeat filled the horizon, but so did a desperate kind of hope.
Courage came not in uniforms, but in wooden boats and trembling hands.
He whispered home through smoke, knowing silence might be his answer.
The sea swallowed fear and spat back the will to survive. France fell without a roar, its pride buried beneath marching boots.
We shall fight them on the beaches. He promised only blood and sweat, but the world heard defiance.
The island stood alone, its wings rising against a storm of iron.
Every turn of the sky was a heartbeat between life and eternity.
The heavens rained fire, and courage hid in basements and prayers.
Dreams were rationed, but hope found room in the smallest hearts.
Heroes wore suit instead of medals and fought wars with buckets.
For the first time, the enemy bled in the open sky.
London still stood, scarred, smoking, and fiercely alive.
Behind animal lines, whispers grew louder than guns.
Resistance was born in silence, fueled by memory and loss.
Courage had no uniform. It wore fear and moved quietly at night.
Sabotage sang its defiance through fire and shattered steel. Every word risked death, yet still they wrote for tomorrow's dawn.
Messages carried by ghosts, every step a rebellion against despair.
Terror knocked on doors before sunrise, demanding silence from the brave.
They fell like whispers through clouds, carrying hope in secret ink.
Even chalk became a weapon when courage had no bullets left.
The light trembled, but refused to die in history's darkest night.
War spread to new horizons, where dust and fire blurred all borders.
For the first time, the tide began to turn beneath foreign skies. The invincible army began to stumble, tripped by its own arrogance. The sea became a bridge of steel and sacrifice between continents.
Winter devoured armies whole, leaving only ghosts in white silence.
From the rubble, defiance roared louder than artillery. Nations turned to machines, building victory, one rivet at a time.
The world held its breath as freedom sailed toward Fortress Europe.
Courage met chaos. The sea ran red, but hope kept running. Each step forward was borrowed from the dead and the determined.
Freedom advanced one field, one life, one heartbeat at a time. Whispers of rebellion became shouts of liberation through shattered streets.
The bells rang again, this time not for warning, but for victory. Retribution marched slowly, step by step, through ashes of empire.
Freedom arrived too late for millions whose names the wind carried. Light returned, hesitant and soft, like forgiveness unsure of itself.
Peace arrived on wings of fire, ending one horror with another.
War ended, but humanity still searched for its reflection. Victory felt hollow. Joy was mixed with silence and missing faces.
They promised once again, never again, and prayed to mean it.
Some wars end on paper. Others linger quietly in living rooms.
From ruins, civilization rose again, wiser, but forever scarred.
They learned of heroes and monsters, both born from ordinary people.
Those who survived carried both pride and the unbearable weight of memory.
In the end, peace was not victory, It was survival with a soul.